Welcome to The Beam, where curiosity stirs conversations, taking us a step further into the future we desire. Here, we bring you the matters and the issues that matter. We bring you the voices that challenge and the insights that inspire. I'm Sunas Nathaniel, but before we get right into today's powerful conversation, let's bring you a quick tech update so you can feel the pulse of innovation across Africa and beyond. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Hello and welcome. Here is your quick tech update for the week. The federal government has said it plans to invest in 70,000 telecom towers with over 80% located in the north. This aims to close connectivity gaps and build Africa's most inclusive digital economy. Minister Bosun Tijani recently highlighted these, adding that this plan, alongside the 90,000 kilometers fiber optic network, are key projects under President Tinubu's agenda, emphasizing opportunities for northern innovators to thrive without relocating. Meanwhile, NiPost surpassed 10 billion naira in revenue by digitizing processes and expanding services like Post Money and the National Addressing System. CEO Tola Odeyemi, in an exclusive interview, says she envisions NiPost playing a bigger role in Nigeria's digital economy, enhancing security, e-commerce, and financial inclusion, while aiming to full self-reliance within 5 years. In another development, Lagos State secured $22 million foreign direct investment to expand its fiber optic network, adding 2,700 kilometers to boost smart connectivity and digital growth. This investment supports the state's plan to enhance broadband access and strengthen its digital infrastructure for improved services and connectivity. Meantime, Lagos State will soon release Nigeria's first AI guidelines to ensure responsible development and public safety. Commissioner Olatubosun Alake emphasized the need for ethical AI innovation that benefits society, positioning Lagos as a hub for secure, transparent, and forward-thinking AI adoption. And finally, Google's Gemini AI has reached 400 million monthly users, closing in on ChatGPT's 600 million. Google integrates AI across search, launching an AI Ultra plan with advanced features for $249.99 per month. And as such, the AI chatbot race intensifies as Google, OpenAI, and Meta compete for dominance in generative AI. And that's your tech update for the week. Stay with us for more game-changing scoops from the fast-paced world of technology. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Welcome back. Today's episode takes us to the tension point between dreams and disillusionment. In the age of hustle, hashtags, and the side gigs, we are faced with a bold question. Is entrepreneurship truly the path to youth liberation, or is it the new gospel of survival being sold to a generation that the system has failed? Joining me right now is someone whose insight cuts through theory and touches lived experiences. He's Associate Professor of Entrepreneurship and Head of Business Management at Miver Open University, Professor Femi Akimbola. Professor, welcome to The Beam.
Thank you so much. Nice to be here today.
Yes, Professor. Let's go straight to it. You know, it's a very important, very crucial topic that affects the youth. So let's start from this place. You know, people are saying, hey, start your own business has become just another fancy way of saying the government has no jobs for you. What do you have to say to this?
Okay, great. It's not as if the government has no job for people, but the fact is entrepreneurship has become a creative response to complex challenges in society, as it reflects the gaps that exist in formal job creation. It also shows the resilience and innovation of Nigerians who refuse to wait for perfect conditions. For you to be an entrepreneur, you don't have to wait for a perfect condition for you to start. And there's no economy in the world where the government provides jobs for the totality of its citizens. There's nowhere in the world, including America, where we have millions of populations, where government provides jobs for everyone that exists within the system. In as much as unemployment remain a thing of variation amongst nations, the extent to which people are unemployed in a particular country serves as a basis for which entrepreneurship should be an option for venturing into business. However, one of those ways of solving complex challenges has remained the issue of entrepreneurship, as it helps the nation and the society at large to curb societal menace, and because the gap that exists in formal job creation is getting wider every day. So not everyone will pick up the white collar job. Not everyone would have to, pick up employment letter in places. But as far as Nigeria is concerned, entrepreneurship shows the resilience and innovation of Nigerians who refuse to wait for perfect conditions. So only those who can take the bull by the horn and who can, close their eyes to challenges that exist within the systems will be able to venture into entrepreneurship.
Okay, so Prof, if I hear you, are you saying that that glorification, of the entrepreneurship is not just a distraction from the failed economic policies, and then it's not like we are romanticizing, the hustle culture and ignoring the harsh realities? Is that what you're saying? Are you saying, hey, it's not about just the failed economy? Is that what you're saying?
It's not as a result of failed economic policies. There's no government that has ever forced all citizens to go into entrepreneurship, but it is a strategic, creative response to a complex social challenge. One of those ways of responding to social challenges, economic challenges, is for people to get entrepreneurial in their mindset in order for them to have a way out of, crisis that exists within the economy. In as much as policy might not be perfect in systems, it is not a way of dodging responsibilities for government to take charge of what is necessary. I know that government has some things to offer with respect to providing policies that will enhance the creation of new businesses, and issues that have to do with taxation and other things that limit business opportunities are also being looked into as we speak. So it's not just a way of pushing aside the responsibilities of making policies work that makes the government to encourage people to go into entrepreneurship practices, but finding a way to ameliorate poverty and providing other job opportunities apart from the formal job that existed within the economy.
It's beautiful you said that. Let's get to the next question. Would it be that you teach entrepreneurship in a country, where access to capital is more of a myth? So the question is, how do we reconcile this? And then where do tools like AI, and evolving technology, where does it come into play, in all this whole dynamic?
Yes, AI has a lot to do when it comes to new business practice. The world has moved on, and it will interest you that a lot of SMEs are adopting AI as we speak today, because entrepreneurship equips people to take charge of their future. And if you want to take charge of your future, you should be able to know the next technology that is appropriate for you to be able to survive in the future that you are diving into. So while systems must improve, the person going into entrepreneurship practices must also learn to adopt technological tools like the AI tools that can enhance efficiency in terms of business practices. A lot of consulting firms are owned by individuals, and it will interest you that they adopt a lot of AI tools to be able to get things done properly. For example, it will interest you to just observe the amount of things that an ordinary application like Canva can achieve with other AI tools, like even a ChatGPT, what it can do in the successful in running a successful business. We first need to know what those tools can do. And where we are going now is the level of using the neural interactive AI to deal with real business problems and solving those problems while interacting with the AI tool. So therefore, it is advised that any entrepreneurial practice or any entrepreneurship venture that one would go into, it is expected that whoever is going to solve business must be looking at other appropriate technologies that is going to suit the scale of that business in order to take a quantum leap for
Yeah.
the future.
Yeah, Prof. So a lot of young people will come to you and say, hey, we want to be entrepreneurs. We just want to do our own business. We want to see how we can thrive in this economy, even though the harsh realities are there. What are some of the myths, some of the bubbles that they come with that have to be set straight before they get right into business in this atmosphere, in this climate, of business we have in Nigeria, basically?
Okay. Now, we need to balance uh, mindset and the challenges that are ahead. Now, people do think that going into entrepreneurship is always a bed of roses. It's not so. One thing is to be called a CEO. Another thing is for you to be able to know what you are doing as a CEO. In fact, if you are starting a new venture, I would advise that whoever is starting should first of all humble him or herself, not just take that position to be called a CEO first, because you are first of all a servant as you go into entrepreneurship practices. Now, just as you said, if you are going to start your own business, there are a lot of challenges that you face. You mentioned one earlier with respect to access to finance. Everybody will tell you they don't have access to finance. And it's just a normal thing, not having enough access to finance. Not as if finance don't exist, but most people don't have what it takes to access those finances. Again, another challenge that one would face is the challenge of starting up alone. Sometimes you will feel so lonely while starting up as a business person because it's a lonely journey. Nobody will join you to scale. Nobody will join you to see what you are not saying. So you have to first of all change your mindset and be ready to surmount all challenges that are ahead of you. And it is when you are able to surmount those challenges, then you can now say you have started a venture. Now, one thing is to start physically, another thing is for you to be able to surmount the challenges that's inside. And one of those challenges is access to finance. You have to make sure that you know how to draft proposal. You have to make sure that you have some certain skills that will help you to be able to have access to even to market, access to good customers, and access to resources so that you can leave a low level to a high level.
Indeed. So let's get straight to just in 1 minute. I want you just in 1 minute. What is the place of Western education in entrepreneurship today? In just 1 minute.
Oh, great. Yes. Now, when it comes to Western education and entrepreneurship, it's been discovered over time that those who have entrepreneurial education tend to do better than those without any entrepreneurial education. Now, one thing that the formal education will do for you when it comes to entrepreneurial practices is that it's going to help you to be able to refine your skills, and it's also going to help you to be able to refine your products when it comes to packaging. Now, the place of formal education in entrepreneurial practices cannot be undermined. We have seen people who are entrepreneurs and they have a lot of prospects, even in their business. They make millions, they make billions. And at the end of affairs, they still have to recruit those who have formal education to be able to manage certain business process for them. Now, it is until you are able to recognize
All right, Prof, I want you to hold that thought. Prof, can you hear me? Prof, can you hear me?
Driving your initiative.
Prof.
Hello?
Yes, just give me 1 minute.
Okay.
I want to go on break now. We have to take that break now so that when we come back, we continue on the place of Western education, okay? All right. You're watching The Beam, a place where the old is reckoned with and the picture of the future is interrogated. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more to unpack. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, I've been in conversation with Professor Femi Akimbola, and we're asking the uncomfortable but necessary questions about the myths of entrepreneurship in Nigeria. And he was talking about the place of Western education, or formal education when it comes to entrepreneurship. Prof, you can pick it up from there.
All right, thank you. Now, so when it comes to formal education, you cannot push formal education out of entrepreneurship practices of today, because no matter how much you have been able to amass, no matter the amount of millions, you will need an accountant. You will need a good lawyer in your business practice. You will need a good business analyst. You will need a good strategic marketing person. And you cannot get all this outside the classrooms. So therefore, you will need formal education in terms of your entrepreneurship practice. Again, if you are not someone who have been able to know what those form of education will do for your business, and you are succeeding now, I can assure you that over time, sustainability will become an issue. So the place of formal education cannot be undermined.
All right. Beautiful. So one other question, that comes in is just tying into the fact that, hey, what if people are just getting into entrepreneurship because there are no jobs? And so that question will be, are we really just turning, this entrepreneurship thing into a prosperity gospel, selling dreams in exchange for, faith and just in the name of hustle? Is that what we're doing in the nation today? Or are we going beyond that?
The issue is entrepreneurship is the only venture that can make you to become whatever that you so desire to be. Is the only secured endeavor that can make you become whatever you want to be. As an entrepreneur, you cannot sack yourself. You can only quit the business, but you cannot sack yourself. Now, if you want to go fast, be entrepreneurial. Now, we have had instances in which organizations want to recruit individuals, and all they see in recruiting that person or any of such individual is the person having entrepreneurial skills. And when they get into the organization, we call them intrapreneurs. One thing is to be entre, which you are operating on your own, but you can be an intrapreneur even when you are working in a particular office. Now, those who are natural intrapreneur, not entrepreneur now, who are entrepreneurs, are mostly sought after even by organizations. And it is those who are intrapreneurs while they are in organizations that are able to stand well as entrepreneur when they get out of the organizations. No, if you are productive at your present place of work, there's high chances that you will do better if you are on your own. So therefore, it's not just a passport to gathering wealth. When you say it's just a passport to gathering wealth, one is being short-sighted to assume that once you are made or once you are made just few millions, then you have made it, then you take out of the business, then when you are back again, you come back. When when it comes to entrepreneurship, all you should be looking at is growth, profitability, scaling up, expansion. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, all the businesses that we see that are so great today started mostly as entrepreneurial ventures. So starting small does not mean you remain small forever. Small is beautiful, but big is great. Small is beautiful, big is great. From starting small, you become two. From two, you become 4 branches. From 4 branches, you become 6 branches. From one state, you become interstate. From interstate, you become national. From national, still entrepreneurship. From national, still probably one-man business or small business owner. From national, you get to transnational. From transnational, you can now grow to become multinational. So the concept of thinking that is just creating, just gather wealth for now is too small. We've had businesses that started within this country as just small entrepreneurial ventures, but today they are transnational. You find them in 1 or 2 more countries. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And apart from that fact, you see them becoming bigger over time, all because they remain consistent at what they do. So being short-sighted is for you to say you want to create a wealth for now. After now, what happens next? Do we need to grow? Do we need to leave this for the generations to come? And that is where sustainability comes in.
All right. In just 1 minute, basically, you need to tell us what skills do these entrepreneurs need to gather right now for them to stay relevant for the future? I mean,
okay, the
try for
skills
now,
that you need
relevant
to
for future.
gather. Oh, great. The skills that you need to gather in order for you to stay relevant on your entrepreneurial course, firstly, is people skill. People skill. Because you can't achieve anything alone. You cannot achieve anything on your own. You need people skill, how to manage people. You need how to work collaboratively. You know, if you are one doing your thing, if you have another good head join you, you tend to do better. Now, if you are able to collaborate with other sound mind, you will be greater in all you do. So you need people skills, you need collaborative skills, you need technology adoption skills where the AI comes in. Then you need financial management skills, and you need marketing skills, because in your organization, you are first of all the chief marketing officer of your own business before referring to yourself as you feel.
All right.
All right. You should be able to always
Prof, I think that's enough for now. I think that's enough for now, but we would have to have more time in which we can bring you back. But let me just put you on the spot in 1 second. If your child says today, I'm leaving everything and I want to be an entrepreneur in Nigeria today, what would you say?
Yes, I would say go.
All right.
I would say go, but you must ensure that you are not alone.
All right.
Just in your reasoning.
All right, Professor Femi Akimbola, let me thank you. Thank you very much for your clarity and your courage, in peeling back, the layers of this conversation. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, friends, it's easy to sell hope, but it's harder to build systems. And yet we must ask those hard questions. Are we raising builders or believers in hype? That's it today on The Beam. I'm Sunes Nathaniel. As always, we'll be leaving you with our top 5 videos of the week, and we continue to urge you to continue to shine your light where it matters most. See you next time. First on our list this week is a clip in which Nigerian lawyer and rights activist Olisa Agbakoba asserts that Western models of democracy are not suited for Nigeria.
Why would the National Assembly want to impose compulsory voting? Why don't they reverse the question and say, why are Nigerians not interested? What is the apathy about?
In fourth place, Daniel Boala, a special advisor to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, argues that Nigeria's economy is out of the ICU and now in recovery.
And this is where
your government brought that problem.
No, it's not a problem. Your government saved Nigeria from decadence.
Coming third on our list, Gaze Baba shares the inspiring story behind his viral song, No Turning Back.
After my youth service, I got an opportunity I got a record deal opportunity. So I had to make a choice if I was going to the corporate world to join maybe like one of the big four consulting firms or going to music. I chose music. And so 15 years I've been here.
In second place, the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, alongside the EFCC chairman, inspects 753-unit housing estate recovered from former CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele. And our most viewed video this week is a clip in which Akwa Ibom State Governor Umar Eno threatens his commissioners and others within the state, asking them to either defect with him to the APC or resign.
You are an appointee, and your loyalty is to the appointer. Is that the word? Your loyalty is fully to me. You can't be in my cabinet and play anti-party. It's not possible.
That's it on our countdown today. Join us next week for more.